Hey Deadgrinners, this is Deadgrin and welcome to Deadgrinners Customs. So today I'm going to be introducing another custom that I've been working on. I just actually worked on it mostly yesterday, but I had to go to work, and then when I came back it was pretty late, so I was only able to do so much. So if you guys have noticed by now, what I made is a cooler. Now the difference between this one and the original is that this one's going to be a meta cooler. So big difference. The first big difference is the heads. The original one I used a magnet, which gives the head a little bit more range of motion in my opinion. But a lot of people dislike me using magnets for the heads and stuff, so I wanted to try something different, and I tried this on Janemba, and so I used it for this as well. What I did was I ended up drilling a hole, and I ended up using a peg from the knockoff World Collectible Figures. And then on the head I just did a little hole, that way it fits right there, perfect. And so that's the first big thing I did. And then after that I applied styrene sheets to make the bands that go around his waist, and I made it so it goes all the way, almost all the way around his back. And then I ended up sculpting the back just to be able to cover where the styrene sheet ends. I'm gonna sand this down. Everything with the middle put that I worked on, you know, the epoxy, it hasn't been sanded. It's just very rough right now. So yeah, so I ended up putting styrene sheet on that. I did the same thing. I drilled out the bottom half of this thing, and then I used milliput to cover the bands on this side, and then to cover to start making the little armor, the chest piece armor. And then so I did that in the afternoon, and then I also did his feet, because you know, he has different kinds of feet, like more cybernetic instead of just his regular feet. And then when I came back, I also did the chest. I finished off the chest, and then I did the shoulders, and then I did the feet. Now this time around, the last time, all I did was cover his feet, but I left the top of his I basically left the same molding that the Frieza has. But if you notice, coolers, instead of it going up to like a peak, his goes like from low to large on the sides, which is what I did on this foot yesterday. I drilled off where it's supposed to peak, and then I sculpted around it. I'm going to do the same on this one. And that's basically about it, that as far as all the things I've worked on. The next big thing, besides the little leg thing that I have to do, is going to be his tail. Now his tail is supposed to be flat on the bottom and then round on the top. And obviously, you know, the tail that comes on the Frieza, the Dragon Stars Frieza, isn't like that. So I'm gonna have to do something to that tail to make it like that. Like, it's gonna be kind of weird to figure that out. But what I was hoping on doing was buying one of those, you know, old cyborg Friezas, the Mecha Friezas that they sell. But unfortunately, almost all of the ones that I've seen for sale are $20 to $15 that are missing the tails, and the ones with the tails come up to like almost $60 sometimes, $30 to $60, which is a lot to waste on the figure just for a damn tail. I mean, I would keep the figure as it is, but you know, it's gonna look weird without the tail. So that was my original hope, and since it's probably not gonna happen, I'm just gonna have to probably sculpt it myself. I'm thinking of using styrene sheet to make it, so you know, that's gonna be an experience. I haven't tried doing something like that, but pretty sure I can. But yeah, guys, those are basically this is how far I got. Just one night or one day, really, like, you know, doing things on the figure itself. Like cooler, in my opinion, is a very, very simple transformation. Like from going from the Frieza, Dragonstars Frieza body you get, with a little bit of sculpting, you can make it into a cooler. Very, very simple. I mean, I did this much progress in one day, you know, like, and if I would have had the whole day to do it, then I probably would have been done by now. So, yeah, a lot of people kept asking me too, why didn't I use the Golden Frieza? The Golden Frieza's body is very different. Like, for one thing, his crotch is shaped more like the Janemba crotch, and then his chest, it just pops out more. I like the shape more of the original Dragonstars Frieza as far as for cooler goes. I've seen somebody on Instagram who did meta cooler using the Golden Frieza body, and it looks pretty cool, you know. Big shout out to SSJBlake. He did a cooler himself using the Golden Frieza body, and his came out great. You guys should check out the channel. I'm gonna leave the link to the video, to his video, in the description of this video. But yeah, man, like, you know, cooler is one of the easiest customs to do, and all you got to do is just take your time, and you'll be able to guys to make it too. So this is the first part. Next part, like I said, I'm gonna work on everything else, and what I'm thinking of using is a chrome paint, not like the pens, but there's just a chrome paint. It's not as shiny, and you know, as the one I've seen for like the Molotov pens, but it's pretty good. Like the one I'm gonna use anyways. If I would ever have to do this again, I would probably try to get some really, really shiny paints, because that's how he looks in the anime, but it's kind of hard to replicate it. Like, and you know, when you're trying to do it on a low budget, I mean. So yeah, guys, if you guys like this video and, you know, like the content that I produce, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, and make sure you Gallic gun that notification bell. You know, leave your comments below. What you guys think? Do you guys like this? Do you guys think I should have used the Golden Frieza body? Like, you know, just let me know what you guys think. Alright, for everybody watching this at night, I mean in the morning, good morning, and for everybody else, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.